Morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are well this morning. I remembered the microphone, yes. And I turned off the data. I think I got everything going. And I'm right side up. Thank heavens. Good morning, Molly. Where am I? I'm lost. Here I am. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Barbara. Let's see, who have we got here? Alicia's here, Barbara's here, Molly's here, Carrie was here, and Chase was here. They may not still be here. These are fun pants. These are the ones that Jessie had made for me. I have the painting that matched them. So, I love them. They're really comfortable, but they're the ones too that have the little white spot in the crotch. So it always looks like I have a hole in my pants or something. I need to just take fabric paint and paint it. And I'm sure it doesn't bother anybody else but me. Good morning, Petra. All right. So again, I'm not really sure what we're going to do this morning, but I'm a lot more awake than I was yesterday. This is day 45, and I can be quite creative, but it's waning just a little bit. So we are going to have some fun. Good morning, Jessie. Good morning, Julie. How's the weather where you are? Miss Leanne. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Big hearts to you. I love you. Thank you, Carrie. I love those nice words. Which is so funny too because, I pulled these things out of the dryer and literally right there off camera is where I dropped my pajamas to put these on for you guys so that I would try to have some sort of color for you today. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Haley. My arm looks so much better. I don't know if you can tell from there. It's a whole lot less purple. Cool is good, Julie. Cool is good. It is 64 here, so I'm sure it's cooler there. So that's, practicing in some warm PJs. See, that's it right there. Good morning, Frank. All right. I'm so ready to practice this morning. Parker wouldn't even go out this morning. He is curled up on my pillow in the bed. And I'm like, you want to go do yoga? He just laid there. And so the thing that we really can get him every time is that I have chickens. And I have chickens in the back in their little hen house. Well, he loves to go feed them, aka terrorize them while I feed them. So I'll say, you want to go feed the chickens? And he'll just levitate and run out the back door. This morning I'm like, you want to feed the chickens? He's like, I'm like, okay then. So he's laying on my pillow. Good morning, Celeste. I know, right? He can't be bothered to get up. Jessie likes to stay warm. But that's what covers are for. You like it to be cold so that you can snuggle up under covers. Okay. Looks like we're all checking in. Taylor took his TV back so he could play games. so I can move these things that get in my way, and we can start the practice. I'm excited to get started. All right. Let's come into a comfortable seated position. Okay. We're going to let the head come forward, feel the back of the neck stretch. And the head comes up, right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the center, smiling to yourself. Nice full breaths. We feel sits bones pressing down on the floor as we lengthen through the crown of the head. We set the intention for the practice. And then we open those eyes. Oh, lace those fingers together, pressing out. Lifting up, tall spine. Oh, nice big reach here. And gently, turn it to the right side. My phone is asleep. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We let that left shoulder come down, right hand comes up. Opening it up. Lifting and lengthening. Pressing right hip down. Smiling, finding your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And coming back up. Back to the center. Hands come out and up. And turn to the left, tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right shoulder comes down. Left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Back to the center and forward folding. We lengthen through the crown of the head. We walk those fingers out. Let the body be super long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. We're going to change the cross of those legs. Right arm comes down, left one reaches. Nice long stretch through side body. Again, pushing the hip down. Getting those lymphatics to start working. Stretching all the way up through armpit. Really increasing that shoulder flexibility by making sure that you're reaching above your head daily. Smile. We let that hand come up. Where's your breath? And we're going to bend that elbow, twist it through. Happy times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And up. Left arm comes down. Good morning, Valerie. Right arm reaches. Push that right hip down, really lengthen. Smile, look up. Chest comes up. Armpit opens up. Really working through serratus anterior. Those lymphatic systems are starting to move. And we let that hand come up. We're going to bend at the elbow and twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And slowly we come back up. Arms come behind. Roll the shoulders back. Lifting the chest up. And forward folding. Hands come up. Really big lift here. See if you can get the heels of those hands together. That's a real big challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come down as we come up. Backs of the hands come together. Rolling back body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those hands come down. Big circles with that body. I'm so happy to see all of those little faces on there. See all your little profiles. Makes me happy. And the next time we make it to the front, we're gonna stop and change directions. Nice big stretch here. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly come back up. Right ear, right shoulder. We're going to take that right hand, place it on top of the head. Nice stretch here through the side of the neck. We're not pulling. It's just placing the hand here. Nice full breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the head. Left ear, left shoulder. I'm going to let that left hand come up. Grab the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release. Let the head come back up. Checking in with the body. All right, so we're going to do 2 different postures here. We're going to combine compass pose, well, a modified compass pose, and arm pull pose, so we can really open through side body. I think that that's what will make today's practice is side body. So we're going to take this left arm, and we're going to grab the right wrist, and we're going to pull to the right. So there's going to come this point where you lean to the right that your left hip's going to want to lift up off the ground. But don't let it lift. Hands come back some. 1, 2, oh, gets to be a real challenge. 3, 4, 5. We're going to come up, release the left arm, let it come behind you. So my left arm is now, instead of up, it's behind. The right arm grabs the wrist again, but it's going to pull down at an angle to the floor. We're going to let left ear shift over to left shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that head back up. Release. Now we're going to do that combo again, other side. So we're going to let that right arm come up. Your left hand's going to grab that wrist and pull. And you're going to continue to pull to the left until you feel your right butt cheek start to come off the floor. And you're like, no, but we have a tendency to lean forward, right? So you're going to lean back a little. And you're like, oh, struggle. Yes, that's when you're doing it right. 1, 2, smiling. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. We're going to release that right arm. It's going to come behind. Left hand grabs right wrist. We're going to pull down and across. Now, when it pulls down and across, we're going to let right ear come to right shoulder. Feeling the side of the neck stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the head slowly come back up. Release that arm. Oh, nice shoulder rolls here. Now, we want to continue to work side body, right? That's going to be our goals today. So we're going to do a little twist. We're going to put the hands up here. Nice work. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nicely done, everybody. We're going to release that out. We're going to put the bottoms of the feet together, leaning forward. Nice long stretch, lengthening through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly coming back up. We're going to bring those legs up, cross, roll, back body. Getting through the shoulder blades, through the back body. Where's your breathing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those knees up, change the cross, roll the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring those knees back in. We're going to reach down, grab right foot. We're going to let that right leg lift up. Oh, feel that hamstring say, good morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg comes back up, comes down. Grab left one up. Nice big straight leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let that leg come out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring that leg back up. Bend that knee. Now from here we're going to drop the legs to the side. We're going to the left. Tall spine. Oh, those are cute. Jessie, thank you. Good morning, Amber. 3, 4, 5. We're going to drop those legs to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those legs back up. Extend them out. Reaching forward towards feet. You may not touch feet. That's okay. We're going to come forward. Feeling that hamstring stretch. Maybe it's your lower back for you, through the glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to come up. Nicely done. Right leg comes over, leaning in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly come up. Foot comes next to the knee. And we're going to twist. Twists are so important. And I try to make sure there's at least 3 or 4 in every practice that we do. And we do them so often that you may not even realize that they're in there. But we really want to lengthen up through the crown of the head when we do this and turn to the side. Now, these twists are going to help us release the tissues on the side body. It's going to help squeeze out those organs so that we can flush out the internal organs a little bit by squeezing out any toxins that might be there or something that's not as fresh. Maybe the blood flow hasn't been as good as it could be. And by squeezing it out, whenever the organs fill back up, it's going to pull in a fresh blood supply. So it's really good for getting the digestion moving, all of that. We're going to come back to the center, grab that foot, rock it out. A nice full breath here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put that foot down on the inside of the thigh. Now, once we put the foot on the inside of the thigh, we're going to lean forward towards this foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come back up. We're going to take the right hand, putting it behind us. Press down to come up. Lengthen through that side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Booty comes right back down. We're going to take that right foot, place it into the leg. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to bend this knee up. should feel pretty good. Maybe you can get that right knee down. If you're doing this version, maybe if you feel comfortable enough here, we're also going to add in an arm stretch because, again, we're working the side of the body. So we're going to reach and lengthen. So that right knee going down and this right arm going over, really this expansion here through the rib cage into that connective tissue. We're smiling. We're happy about it. We're together. 45 days. Boom shakalaka. 3, 4, 5. And gently release. Whew. Extend those legs out. And bounce it out. Left leg comes over and reaching forward. So I've had these wonderful opportunities to continue to work or find ways of income during this time. And there's one family in particular that I help. I'm kind of like a household administrative assistant. So I'm able to get out. But when I say get out, I go a quarter of a mile over there to their house and then I come back. Other than going to the grocery store once a week. But that being said, last night I had to take the garbage out. And Taylor and I, he's like, oh, let me get my shoes on. I'll go with you. So we literally just get excited to be able to take the garbage out. You know, we're ready for a new normal if that's how we get excited. That and walking the dog at 10 o'clock at night. And coming up, foot comes next to the knee and rotate to the left, tall spine. Really lengthening through the crown of the head. Full breath here. Twisting, really lengthening that connective tissue on the side body, getting good blood flow into the organs. The hips are squared off. 3, 4, 5. Coming back to the center, grabbing that foot, rocking it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put that foot to the inside of the thigh. Left hand comes back. Nope, we lean forward first. Lean forward. Feel that hamstring say, good morning, sunshine. 2, 3, 4, 5. And slowly we come up. Left hand comes behind. Press down to come up and reach. Super, super, super long stretch here. Opening through the rib cage. 3, 4, 5. And that booty comes right back down. Left foot comes into that right thigh. Right knee comes up. Maybe you hang out here. Maybe that left knee makes it all the way down to the floor. And if it makes it down to the floor, let's see if you can reach to the side. Really opening through that side body. 1, 2. Really reach it. 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that hand slowly come down. And bring that leg up. And extend it out. Ooh. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So, we're still working on side body. We really want to get all of this working, right? So we're going to come into that side, wide angle, but side stretch. So we have our legs wide. We're going to do our best. And so we're going to lean forward a little bit. Just try to get all of these muscles to start to release. And maybe this is you going, this is me leaning forward. Maybe you're having a hard time leaning forward. But maybe you can walk it out a little bit more. And maybe a little bit more. Just to kind of activate those muscles. And then let's see if you can come back up. We really want to work side body. That's going to be our thing for the practice today. So I want to try to bring the right side of my body over towards the right side of my leg. So I'm going to bring my right arm across, and then I'm going to try to start dropping that right shoulder towards right knee, but try not to let left hip hike up too much. So that right shoulder starts to come down, left hand reaches, nice long stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicely done. We want to lead with the elbow, kind of helps us come up. We're going to bring that left leg or left arm across so that the shoulder can come down towards left knee. We're going to bring that shoulder down towards left knee. Right arm really reaches over, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend that elbow to come back up. Nicely done. Come forward to balance that out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. We have so much stuff to do. So let's bring those knees up, feet in. Nice little cobbler's pose here. Releasing any tension that we might have created in those legs. Forward fold just a little bit. Letting those legs wake up. 3, 4, and 5. I was trying to see what our representation is here. We got somebody from Georgia, somebody from Chile, not just somebody, Jesse. And hug those knees. Ruth isn't with us this morning from Puerto Rico. And Marissa is in North Carolina, and I don't know if she signed in. I love that we can be together every morning, but not local, which is wonderful. And gently release. So from here, we're going to roll into our back bodies. Pull those knees in. So we were discussing that twists are really good for, one, squeezing out the internal organs, but for opening side body. So we're going to let those arms come out. We're going to drop those legs over to the left. Nice rotation here, really feeling this work on side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to extend that right leg out. And again, we're going to feel it in the glute, but we're trying to work all the way down side body. So that can be from the outside of that right ankle all the way up into right armpit into the right side of the neck, right? 3, 4, 5. We're going to release that. Bring those knees to the center and over to the right. We're going to hold that, just see if you can sink in a little more. Then kick that left foot out into that right hand. Feeling this side of that body. Just wake up, saying good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. 3, 4, 5. Release those knees. Bring them back to the center. Feet come up. Grab those feet. We're going to kick that right foot out to the side. Feel that work. 3, 4, 5. Bring that foot in. Kick that left foot out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that leg up and release. Both feet come straight up towards the sky. So a really good way to tap into the obliques are being able to move those legs straight from side to side. Now we bring them to the side and hold them, and then we bring them to the other side and hold them. We don't windshield wiper them, so we can stay in control. We put the bottoms or the palm side of the hands down, because that way you can press on the floor to have a little more control. We're going to let those legs slowly drift to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come up and bring those legs over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those legs back to the center. Nicely done. We're going to bend at those knees. Slowly putting the feet down. Hands come beside body.
We press through feet to lift up. So we've done movement to left and right. We've done asymmetrical work. This helps us center back up. 3, pushing through feet. And when you push through feet, there's a contraction that happens in glute. 4, 5, we slowly roll it back down. We get to the bottom, we feel that release. We're going to pull those knees in and cross at those ankles, see if we can roll up. When we roll up, we're going to come right on over onto hands and knees. Good morning, Mimis. All right. We make it all the way over. And so we're on our hands and knees. We're going to inhale up and down. Ooh, getting to the hands and knees. Maybe you have a blanket under those knees. And down. One more time. Let's see if we can come up and down. Again, working through side body. We're going to thread the needle here. Right arm comes up and thread it through. Nice work. Through the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shifting back, coming to table. Left arm comes up. We're going to take that hand, thread it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release, coming back up, and turn those toes, down dog, bending and stretching. Bending and stretching, lengthening through the spine, filling in lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really good work. We're going to put those knees down. We're going to let that right knee come out to the side. Good morning, Becky. Nice to see you. We have that right leg up. Now, when we bring the right leg up, because getting it up, because we're working through the side body and it tends to be crampy and grouchy, we tend to bend this elbow to get it up. We want to keep both elbows straight. And then once we get here, we tend to just like maybe send it here because it's more comfortable. I don't want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to be in pain. No, but comfortable? No, you get over that. And you're going to bring that right knee towards right shoulder. And you're going to feel that contraction in the side of the body. And it's going to be like, grouchy, McGroucherson. But it's a lot of work that we're getting through. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that leg down. Nice little wiggle here. We're going to, good morning, Debbie. We're going to let that left knee come out to the side. So we bring that left knee up. Now remember, don't bend your elbow, but we want more work inside body. So we're going to try to bring that knee towards the shoulder, contraction, and it's like, owie, we got this. 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that knee down. Woo-wee. And come into child's pose, stretch it out. Every time that I try to bring that knee closer to the shoulder, we really feel that burn inside body. 3, 4, 5. From there, we're going to come to table. From table, back to down dog. Bending and stretching here. Lengthening through the spine gives us a chance to center back up after asymmetrical work. Bending the knees, looking forward. We're going to step forward, fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. And gently release. Checking in with your body. It's always a good time to kind of check. When we make it to our feet, we're like, okay, we made it this far. I'm checking in with my feet. Do I feel the texture? Do I feel the temperature? What's going on in my body? That's what we go through right here. Find your breath. And let's do some more side work. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Bend those knees. We're going to step that right foot back. Cartwheel that foot down. Cartwheel the arms up. So we're in a warrior two. We're using warrior two for transition. We use it a lot for transition. It's just a little easier to get into, especially when you want the body to be turned sideways. We're going to let left arm come down, right arm travel over for side angle. Again, we decided, well, I decided, you guys went along with it, that we were going to work through the side body. Opening through those armpits, getting into those lymphs, opening the rib cage, nice healthy serratus anterior, so that we have good mobility in shoulder and in hip. 3, 4, 5. Right arm rotates around, and the arms, or the hands are in prayer. The arms are stacked. And so a lot of times when we think about these side muscles, that's typically where we'll say that our synergistic muscles are. We tend to use the muscles in the front and the back of the body most. Now, granted, all muscles work all the time. If you're breathing, moving, flinching, sleeping, all of them move. But the big heavy hitters tend to be front and back, front and back, front and back, and the side body helps stabilize those. And hands come down, come to the ball of the foot, and into a plank. Now, because of that, they don't get as strong. And they might not get the same amount of attention. And that's what we're going to try to do here. So we're going to put those knees down, chest and chin, belly comes down. So we've made it all the way down to the floor. We're going to do a little rock here. Now from here, we're going to rotate over onto right forearm. Really good opportunity to work through the side body. We're going to try to press up and we're going to lift. But before we do that, we want to practice working through the side of the leg. So we're going to just lift that leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that leg come down. After it comes down, we're going to see if we can lift the body up. So we lift up. Arm lifts up. Now see if that leg will lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg comes down. Hand comes down. Hip comes down. Come to the belly. Oh, and breathe. Maybe a little rock from side to side here. And gently release. So there's a little delay on the video versus what I'm actually doing. So I got an opportunity to see what my behind looks like in these pants. Quite interesting. You guys are getting a show today. And you're going to come to the side body. So we have the feet stacked. We're going to practice lifting just the side body. So we're going to lift. We feel this contraction right here. But here's the thing. This isn't as strong as we think it is. It's relying on this hip to push off to help you lift. That's why it's so hard that when this hip isn't touching the floor and we lift using this arm, that leg wouldn't come up for you. Because it's not as strong as you think. Because here there's a lift, but it's mostly a push. You'll feel a pressure point on this hip right here because the weight is being shifted down so that you can lift the leg. We're going to let that leg come down and we're going to see if we can try it on this side. So we're going to get that elbow underneath the shoulder. We're going to lift up. Now once we lift up, we're going to lift that right hand. See if maybe we can lift that right leg. 1, smiling. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that leg down. We're going to let that right arm come down and that hip comes down. Come to the belly. Good morning, Mom. Rock from side to side. Soften those feet. Walk those feet together.
Lift the chest, opening through the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chest slowly comes down. Now from there, we're going to press to table. From table to down dog, bending and stretching. Now we're in the middle of a combination. We need to finish the other side. We're going to let that right leg come forward, grounding back foot. We cartwheel up into warrior 2, and that's going to get us up off the floor. Now once we get up off the floor, we're going to work on that side angle posture. Right elbow comes down, left one reaches, really opening through side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly revolve. Put those palms together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we bring those hands down to the floor. We're going to come to the ball of that left foot so we can step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. And gently release. Good job. So we're going to do a balance, and we're going to do a balance that requires us to go out to the side so that there'll be contraction. A lot of times when we bring that leg out, you typically don't process what muscles we use for it to come out because you just feel what's being stretched. And a lot of times we're not very flexible here on the inside of the leg. So because it's stretching, that's all you feel. But this backside right in here is what contracts for that leg to open up. So that's why we're going to do that work. Left foot, heel ball toes. We're going to bring that right knee up. We're going to grab it. Now we're going to allow that leg to contract and come out to the side. So if you think about the contraction in your right glute, it's a little towards the outside of that right glute, you'll feel that work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Synergistic muscles moving to help you balance. 5. We're going to bring that knee back to the center and let it come down and walk it out a little bit. Right foot, heel, ball, toes. All your weight, right foot. Left knee comes up. I'm going to let that left leg come out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that knee back to the center. Feel that synergistic muscles working as we balance. Let that foot come down. Rock it out. All right, so we want to get into a little bit more work here, twist-wise, before we move into that next combination. So we're going to work on a twist that's in a chair, and we're going to be bringing the elbows from side to side. We're going to try our very best, but when we're twisting, we're going to forget about this tuck. We have a tendency to do this. In our chair, we want to tuck it in, right? Flattening in that back. So we're going to put those feet a little closer than hip distance apart. Bend the knees, send the hips back. We bend the knees, sending hips back. Tucking in that pelvis, trying to lengthening that lower back. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Arms come up, right? We only want to lift them as high as they will go without us switching and swaying the back. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow the hands to come to the heart. We're going to put that right elbow on left knee. Turn, look up towards sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come back out. Nice big stretch, filling in that lower back. Where's your breath? Feel grounded through the feet. Let's switch to the other side. What was that intention that you set at the beginning of the practice? Looking at that right elbow, letting that booty drop. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to come back out. Press down to come up. Hands come back down. And release. We're going to come to the front of the mat. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold, bend the knees, send that right foot back, rounding that foot. We're going to cartwheel up. Good morning, Palacios. Up into warrior 2 and straighten front leg. Lengthen and tip. So triangle, really good for lateral movement here. Opening through side body while contracting the other side. Nice long stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, hips forward, shoulders back. 5, we want to continue to work through that side body, so we're going to allow that right hand to come down. We're going to bend that left knee so that right palm plants down firmly. We begin to straighten that left leg, rotating. Left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We allow that left hand to come down. As we do, we bend left knee, come to the ball of right foot, stepping back into plank. From plank, knees, chest and chin, all the way down to the belly. Soften the feet. Nice little rock here. Then lift that chest. Keep those feet together. Open to heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that chest come down. We're going to press to table. Now, once we get to table, we're going to practice a supported side plank here. We're going to let that right foot kick out to the side. We're going to extend left leg, rotate to the side. Now we're going to practice lifting this leg. And you're like, well, that still feels easier than it did when we were on the side body. And that's true because this back leg is still pressing down, kind of like how the hip was pressing down earlier. We're going to lift that left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to release hand, release knee, put them down to the floor, switch it out. So that left foot comes out, right leg lengthens, right arm comes up. And let's see if maybe we can lift that right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys are doing amazing. We're going to let that right hand come down, right knee come down, and then from there, come back into down dog. Bending and stretching, lengthening through the spine. Fill in that lower back. Broaden the shoulders. 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that right leg travel forward, grounding that back foot. And inhale up into warrior 2, straighten front leg. Lengthen and tip. Hips forward, shoulders back. Check in. Love you, Mom. Thank you, Brian, for the sunshine. Good morning, Randy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can stretch that out. We're going to put that left hand down. We're doing that modified revolve triangle. That knee is bent in the beginning. We have that left hand down for support. That's part of that modification. We let the weight be in the hand instead of all in the leg. We start to slowly straighten as we lengthen through this side of the body into glute. We really start to feel it. Hand comes up. We smile. We're happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that top hand come down. Bend the knee, come to the ball of left foot. We're going to step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding, looking at those knees. We're going to shake the head no. Shake the head heck yes. And inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Nice work here. So we're going to do our compass pose. Now, there's lots of different variations of compass pose. There's one that you're seated, where the leg is behind the head and you stretch this way. You'll see that in Ashtanga a lot. But in the Bikram practice, this compass pose, which I've seen before, is just the arms above leaning. And that's kind of how we started our practice earlier. We're going to do that here. So we're going to let the hands come up. We're going to lace the fingers. And typically there's this Kali Mudra that goes along with this posture. And it just helps you keep your hands together more than anything, right? So we have the feet at least hip distance apart, maybe a little more narrow, not wider. And we're going to slowly start to lean over to the right. Now, as we're leaning to the right, there's a little push here, right? With your left hip out to the side to give you a little bit of balance. But this is really opening and stretching side body. It's a lot of work too. Now, we have a tendency to start doing this because it's easier, right? And we got to avoid easy. So we're going to start pushing those hands back until you feel the struggle. Yeah, right there. Then you're doing it right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract to come up. Oh, let the blood flow come back in those hands. Felt that work for sure. You guys were probably already at like count 5 when I started. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. Isn't that how that song goes? All right, let's try the other side. Hands come up. Maybe you lace the hands the other way. And we're going to slowly start to lean. We push the hip out. We lengthen through side body. Work through it. Push those hips through. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Smile. Remember, not forward. Pulling hands back. Hip forward. Feel that struggle. 3, 4, 5. Contract to come up. And let those hands come down. Blood flow gets back in those shoulders. Find your breath. Maybe bring that right shoulder and right ear together. Switch sides. And back to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Now from here, we're going to step right back into a plank. Now we're going to finish strong. We're going to finish on those harder postures. So you're in this plank. We're not sinking down in the shoulders. Our booty's not too high. Our booty's not too low. We're going to shift over to the right side. Now if you need to put the knee down, that's okay. We're going to let that left hand come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that left hand come down and switch. Right arm comes up, smiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right hand comes down, knees come down, chest and chin come down, belly comes down. Nice work here, rocking those hips. Lift the chest. Sigh out anything that needs to be sighed out. Now when you let the chest come back down, we're going to put the backs of the hands down on the floor, and we're going to try to maybe slide those hands towards one another just to stretch that tissue on the back of the wrists. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to gently release those hands. We're going to press the table. But instead of going to down dog here, we're going to widen those knees. And we're going to come back into a child's pose to really stretch those hips, to allow the chest to rest. It should feel pretty darn good. Now from there, we're going to let those hands help walk us up. Then once we get those hands walked up, we're going to sit over onto that right hip. Extend those legs out. Maybe a little scoot here. We're going to hug those knees. Now from there, we're going to slowly roll onto our back bodies. And maybe you get a little thoracic adjustment there, depending on how quickly you roll down. Pull those knees right in. You're going to drop those feet down. And then we're going to drop the legs all the way over to the left. Really paying attention to the right leg pushing down to the mat so you get this extension right here through side body. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those legs back up over to the other side. That left leg comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing those legs back up. Hands come down beside the body, pressing down through those feet to slowly lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we roll back down. And then we're going to extend one leg and then the other, resting down to the floor. We feel that back body sinking down to the floor. The top body sinking down on the back body. We release the feet, the ankles, the shin and the calf. We move through the knees and into the thighs. We soften the glutes and pelvic belly. We release the lower back and navel. Mid back and solar plexus. Shoulder blades and heart. We let those collarbones lift and the neck is long and the face is relaxed. And it's here that we're able just to sink in and surrender to the floor and find our breath. We try to coordinate that breath and that breathing with the body. Noticing where we feel connected to the floor. We inhale up back body and exhale down front body. Smoothing out the tissues of the body. Staying in the body, staying present with the breath. Remembering the practice and the changes that have occurred in the body. Now if you'd like to stay here at home, please do that. If you'd like to start making your way to your bottom, we're going to wiggle those fingers and toes. Maybe bend one knee and then the other, putting the bottoms of the feet flat on the floor. We're going to bring one knee and then the other to the chest. We slowly roll to the right side. So from there, we slowly come up to a comfortable seated position. Once we make it into that seated position, we just reorient the self. We feel the sits bones pressing down. Maybe we turn the head to the right. Maybe we turn the head to the left. And back to the center. We're going to bring those hands to the heart. Now you can put the hands here at the heart or literally just touch your heart. It will really make you feel connected and grounded. And this is where we gather up our gratitude. We mentally list out the things that we are grateful for, that we're thankful for. Sending out love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. We're going to end our practice today with an Om. Bring your hands back together if they were on your chest. Inhaling. Bowing forward in respect. Namaste. Peace be with you. Go and be safe. And thank you so much for practicing with me and sharing your time. It's your most precious commodity. I really, really appreciate signing in, talking to me in the comments. Many of you have sent me cards and letters, which I appreciate. It's made being here better. I broke out my fountain pens and I've started correspondence again. And it's something I really, really enjoyed when I was younger. I had several pen pals and it was just, it's been wonderful experiences and growth. So I appreciate that you're here every morning with me, 9 o'clock. I'm going to continue to do it until we move back into the classroom, and then I'm going to still continue to have several broadcasts live each week because you guys are really enjoying them. So thank you from my house to your house. Thank you for the support and the donations and sharing these videos and telling people about my YouTube channel and telling them that they can donate and support too. I really, really appreciate it. It's making this time so much easier for me. Bye.